Hi and welcome to class 13 of my intermediate level English course, and today we are going to be looking at some forms of transport and more specifically vocabulary and phrases to do with airports and air travel. So let's begin by seeing who we have in the chat. We have Jasmine, Gloria from Barcelona. We've got Kim Yong, that sounds like a Korean name, but he's from Mexico. We've got Gloria, we've got Javier. We've got Melissa from Mexico, Javier from Spain. Gloria says it's very hot. Remember, no Spanish, good afternoon, and it's very hot. Yeah, here it's not so hot for this time of year. It's a little bit cooler where I am in northern Mexico. Normally it's very hot here. We've got Eduardo from Quito in Ecuador. We've got Marcos, we've got Cynthia. Montserrat, Peter. Let's begin the class. Let's begin the class with some very easy vocabulary. I think I've got a lot of lights on here. I've got a lot of lights. Oh, let me just adjust my lighting because I seem to have a lot of lights shining, reflecting on my glasses. That looks a bit better maybe. Yeah, I hope it's not too dark. Okay, let's begin the class. And we're going to start with something very easy, very easy. Let's just move this so you can see it. We're going to start with some vocabulary, means of transport, means of transport. Let's go back over here. I need to move this up a bit, I think. That's about right there. Means of transport. Let's look at means of transport. So let's try and fit this on the screen. Yeah, I think about there. I need to be careful because I always have this problem that people can't see me. Maybe just right for this one, maybe I should move the video down here. I think that's probably better for this one. Okay, so here I've got some different means of transport or different vehicles. And here I've got the names of these vehicles. So what we need to do is put the correct number in the next to the corresponding vehicles. So we've also got Eric and Nay in the chat. So first of all, let's begin with this vehicle here. This vehicle here, I've got up there means of transport, so we can also put up here the vehicles. Vehicles. These are all different types of vehicles. So, who can tell me the name of this vehicle? Very, very easy. Seem to have a lot of people speaking Spanish today. Remember, in this class, we don't want any Spanish. This is 100% English. If you want a class in Spanish, you can follow my A1 beginners course or B1 lower intermediate course. Those courses are in Spanish and English, but at this level we want to try and just keep everything in English. So who can tell me the name of this vehicle here? Who can tell me the name of this vehicle here? A car, says Melissa. Yeah, very good, a car. Wait a minute, where's my eraser? Here. It's a car. Yeah, so we can put here then a car is number 2, so here we can put number 2. Let's put number 2 there, and let's move that up into the box there. That's number 2. Okay, what do we call this vehicle here? What do we call this vehicle here? What do we call this vehicle? Can anybody tell me the name of this vehicle? Very easy. We have all the names here. Can anybody tell me the name of this vehicle? It's a bicycle. Very good. It's a bicycle, and we see up here that bicycle is number 6. Number 6. So we can just put number 6 there, and we'll just put that up there. Number 6. What about this vehicle here? This one here. What's the name of this vehicle? What is the name of this vehicle in English? What's the name of this vehicle in English? Can anybody tell me the name of this vehicle in English? Anybody? It's a taxi. No, it's not a taxi. I've never seen a taxi like that. Yeah, Marcos Estrada says it's a Jeep. It is in fact a Jeep. Jeep is number 18 here. In actual fact, so we put here number 18. I think we might have to make that a little bit smaller so that it's going to fit in. Yeah, 18, and we'll put that there. That's a Jeep. In actual fact, Jeep is one word which is actually a trademark. Sometimes it happens that a word that starts out as the name of a product enters the language. Another example of that could be this thing here. This thing here is called a pen, but many people call it, some people call it a biro. A biro. Biro was originally a trademark. It was the name of the first company that made this type of pen. So Jeep is the same. There are other vehicles, really it's an off-road vehicle, I guess, or a four-wheel drive. We could say it's a four-wheel drive vehicle. Four-wheel drive vehicle. Four-wheel drive because the transmission operates all 4 wheels. In English we call it four-wheel drive. So here I put Jeep. What about this one here? Very important. Today we'll be talking more about airports, and most of the class today is going to be about airports. It's a plane. Very good. So we see here plane is number 15. Number 15. So let's put number 15 there and move it up there. I think we'll make it a bit smaller so it fits in. Number 15. Good. What about the next one? The next one is this one here. This one here. Does anybody know the name of this? Does anybody know the name of that? Can anybody tell me the name of that? It's Speedboat. It's not a speedboat, no. It's not a speedboat. Plane is similar to jet. Well, Eduardo says plane is similar to jet. Well, a jet is a type of plane. The type of plane, this is a jet plane because it has jet engines. Jet engines. So most of the large commercial airlines now use jet engine planes. But the other type of plane would be a propeller plane. A propeller plane, a plane with a propeller, which is not so common now. Well, is common in what we call light aircraft. A lot of light aircraft. Light aircraft. Now let's put that there if we can here maybe. Light aircraft are small planes. And generally, not always, but generally light aircraft have propeller engines. Propeller engines, the ones that go round like a fan. Generally a light aircraft, not all light aircraft have propellers, there are small jet light aircrafts which have jets too. And most military aircraft also have jet engines. So anyway, Angie and Joseph and Manuel have the correct answer for this one here, and it is a jet ski. A jet ski. So this is number 8. It's a jet ski. Let's put number 8 here. Then we can move that up there. The next one, who can tell me the name of the next one? The next one here. What's the name of this? Let's hope you don't see this vehicle or ever have to use this vehicle. And Joseph Del Pin already has the answer. It's an ambulance, number 14. Number 14. It's an ambulance. So let's put that up there. The next one. The next one. What's the next one? Who can tell me the name of the next one? The next one. This one here. It's, this one here. Yeah, I'm looking at the wrong screen. This one here, yeah, as Angela or a Joseph, a cab or a taxi, yeah. Here I've got taxi, but in the United States, sometimes they say cab. Yeah, so it's a taxi or it's a cab. Taxi is a taxi or a cab. And this one is number, here we've got taxi, which is number 5. So let's put number 5 there. Number 5 for taxi. Very good. The next one, what's the next one we've got here? What do we call this vehicle? A bus. Very good, it's a bus. Yeah, it's a bus. A bus. Bus is number 11. Remember, sometimes in England, in London, we have buses with 2 floors. And those buses in London, they are called double-decker bus. Double-decker bus is the type of bus that they have in London. The bus with 2 floors. A bus with 2 floors. So, yeah, I better move that up because I just realised it's a little bit difficult to see there. Let's move all these out of the way. So, the next one, what's this one here? What's this one here? A balloon, very good. Yeah, that's a balloon. So that is actually, let's move that over there with the other things that I've got there. Let's get rid of that. So it's a balloon. Where's balloon? Balloon is number 9. So we're going to put number 9 in there. It's a balloon. It's a balloon. What about this one here? Who can tell me the name of this? What's the name of this? What's the name of this? It's not a balloon. That one there is a balloon, but I understand that some people have like a delay in the chat. It's a speed bore. It's not a speed bore, no, it's a speedboat. A boar is a type of wild pig. This is actually a speedboat or a motorboat. Well, specifically it's a speedboat. A motorboat is a boat with a motor. Normally on this type of boat you have 2 types. Let's put this in first. Is a speedboat, size number 16. We'll put that in there. This type of boat has what we call here, this here that has a motor. Somebody says it's a motorboat. That there is what we call that an outboard motor. Outboard motor. Because it's on the outside of the boat. But there's another type of boat which has the engine or the motor inside. When it has the motor inside, we call it, I'm running out of space here actually, where we call it an inboard motor. I think I'll try and put that up there. Let's see if I can move Yeah, I'm running out of space here. Inboard motor is the opposite. It's the one that goes inside. I think I can just about fit it there. This type of motor, here's an outboard motor. So the next one, what's this? It's a van. Yeah, I think it's a van. Yeah, a van is more, a van normally doesn't have any windows at the back. It only has windows at the front. We have a van. This actually has windows at the back. So it's more, this is what we call a camper or a camper van. So, oh, well, maybe here, actually, I'm telling you that, but actually here I put van. So it's not a very good drawing of a van, but we'll put, yeah, it is a van 10, or maybe it's better to say 10. Let's put it up there, it's a van. But specifically, really, it's a camper van, because a true van has no windows at the back. Or maybe I could just block out those windows, I think would be the best thing. Just try and block them out. No windows here, only windows at the front. Now it's a van. Not a very good van, but it is a van. What about the next one? This one here, another like the ambulance. Probably you don't want to see this. Well, it depends, yeah. It's a camping van. Yeah, normally it's a camper van. It's a police car. Yeah, it's a police car. It's number 17. Oh, I didn't put in there, the van was number 10. So let's put van here. Thought I did that, but anyway, 10 there. And here we can put 16. What about the next one? What's this? Anybody tell me? A sailboat. Yeah, it's a sailboat. Good, so it's number 13. Number 13. What do we call this thing here? What do we call this one? Anybody tell me? It's got 3 wheels. 3 wheels. Can anybody tell me the name of this vehicle with 3 wheels? It's got 3 wheels and pedals. Pedals. Yeah, it's a tricycle. A tricycle. Where's tricycle? Number 7. It's a tricycle. Good. A tricycle has 3 wheels, and also, what about the next one? This one here. Who can tell me the name of this here? It's a ship. Very good. It's a ship. Where's ship? Ship is number 3. Number 3. What about the next one here? I think I'll remove this because something moved here. So let's just take that off. What about this here? This one here. This one here. Can anybody tell me? It's a lorry. Yeah, actually, lorry is British English. This is a small lorry. It's a very small lorry. I think in the US it's more common to say it's a truck. A truck. But here this is British English, and we've got lorry. A small lorry. This is a fixed chassis lorry. You also get the bigger lorries which are articulated lorries. Articulated lorries have the cab part. This is the cab here. They have the cab separate. But I think in American English, this is called a truck, and the articulated lorry in American English is called a trailer. It has a different meaning in Britain. So what about this one here? This is very easy, I think. I think they're all very easy, actually. This is very easy. Helicopter, yeah, which one is helicopters? Number 20. Number 20. Let's put that in there. And then we have the next one, also I think very easy. What's this called in English? This is called a train. Very good, and train is number 1. So we can just put number 1 in there. I'll move that up there. And then we have the next one. The next one is this one here. What's the name of this? A motorbike, yeah. In the United States they call it a motorcycle. A motorcycle. Sometimes in Britain people just say bike, or let's put that there. Let's better put a little, I'm running out of space here, but I think I can just fit this down here. Another name for that in the USA would be a motorcycle. In Britain often people just say bike, and sometimes in the US they just say cycle. But of course, though the last two words too here, bike and cycle, could also be used for number 6. Sometimes in Britain people call this a push bike because you have to push the pedals, and this one they call them a bike. But it's more like a local English. The correct name for this is motorcycle, or in the United States, or motorbike. And the name for this is bike or bicycle. The last one is, of course, the fire engine, another vehicle that you hope you're never going to see. So where's the fire engine? The fire engine is, this probably got another name. I can't see the fire engine anywhere now, actually. Did I put it on there? Oh yeah, number 4. Not sure if that has another name in American English, fire engine. In Britain it's called a fire engine. Okay, very good. So just before we carry on, let me just read the words to you again. We've got a train. Oh, well, let's do them like this. We've got a car, a bicycle or a bike. Sometimes people say maybe even a cycle. A jeep, a plane, a jet ski, an ambulance, a taxi or a cab, a bus, a balloon, a speedboat, a van or a camper van, a police car, a sailing boat or sailboat, or actually another name for this is a yacht, a small yacht, tricycle, ship, lorry or small lorry, helicopter, train, motorcycle, motorbike, or sometimes just bike, and fire engine. Very good. Let's carry on with some more words before, and then after that we'll look at police car is 17. Did I make a mistake? Where's the police car? Oh, okay, police car is 17. Yeah, sorry about that. Let me just change that then. Thanks. Who said that? Marcos. Yeah, somebody said, yeah, Joseph, in the USA this is called a fire truck, not a fire engine, a fire truck. I didn't know that, so thanks. American English, fire truck. Very good. Let's carry on and look at some more things. See how many things you can remember. What's the name of this? What's the name of this? Anybody tell me the name of this? In American English, in British English. This type, this is, we saw, I said earlier, in this type of vehicle, this part here, the front part, is just called the cab. And I think in, yeah, somebody's got truck, lorry. In British English, this is called a lorry. Specifically, it's called an articulated lorry. Lorry. And specifically it's called an articulated lorry because it's articulated, it moves. This part here is called the cab, and the back part is called the trailer. Sorry, it's called, the back part is called the trailer. But in American English, I think they just call the whole thing the trailer. I think that this is just called a trailer in American English. Not that, the whole thing is called a trailer. So yeah, different names in British English and American English. Let's have a look then at the next vehicle. What is this vehicle? Does anybody know the name of this vehicle? We didn't see this before. It's not a motorcycle. It has another name. It has two wheels like a motorcycle, but it has this step-through design and it has small wheels. Does anybody know the name of this vehicle? No, it's not called a motorcycle. Vespa is a brand. This is not actually a Vespa, but Vespa is very famous. It's a scooter, yeah. Vespa made the first scooter. This is not specifically a Vespa. It's a scooter. Very popular now because the cost of petrol or gasoline. What's the next page? What's on the next page? What do we call this? This is amazing. What do we call this? In my country is scooters, a lot of scooters. Yeah, where are you from? What do we call this? Well, it has a different name in British English again and American English. In British English, who said that? Yeah, Joseph the Pin put RV. RV. In the USA, this is called an RV or a recreational vehicle. But in the United Kingdom, in British English, it's called a camper van. Well, to be honest with you, you wouldn't generally see something like this one in Europe. Only if you were like maybe a pop star or a rock star going on tour, maybe you'd have this. A normal person wouldn't have this. Maybe you would see something like this in Britain or in Europe, but normally in Britain they're smaller. Like all the vehicles in Europe are generally smaller than in the USA. But in the USA it's a recreational vehicle, or people just say an RV. And in Britain it's a camper van. And here we have, another camper van like the one we saw earlier. This could also be a van. It depends how it's fitted out inside. If it's got beds and things in, it's a camper van. It could be a van with windows. So let's just call it a van. This is more like a van, but normally the van, as I mentioned earlier, doesn't have windows. And this one here, what's this one? Does anybody know the name of this one? This one here. Well, this is normally called, it's not, maybe in the US they call it a bus. In Britain, this is a coach. The coach in Britain is the one that goes from city to city. A bus is normally in Britain, most of the buses in Britain are 2 floors, and they're the ones that travel round the city. The bus is urban transport, and the coach is to travel from one city to another. But I think in the USA, probably they call it a bus. In the USA, they have the Greyhound buses, which are very famous. The next one, what's the next one? The next one we have, what's the name of this vehicle? Or this mode of transport? Can anybody tell me the name of this vehicle? It's a ship, yeah, it's a ship. I think I better speed it up a bit because I'm going to run out of time. That's a ship. And the next one, next we have, that's another ship. Is that a ship, or that could be, I think actually this is a specific type of ship. Well, I'm not sure actually if that is a cruise ship. Yeah, it looks like a cruise ship. Cruise ship. Or it could be what we call in English a ferry. Possibly it's a ferry. a ferry, or maybe even a car ferry. So a cruise ship and a ferry, they're two different things. What's happened with my keyboard? A cruise ship and a ferry are two different things. A cruise ship is obviously a ship that goes on takes you on a cruise, which is very luxurious, and it has a lot of facilities like swimming pools and restaurants. And a ferry is a type of ship that just transports people from one place to another all day. For example, there are ferries that go from England to France. They just go from England to France, from a city in England called Dover, for example, to Dieppe in France, and just goes back and forth all day. That's what we call a ferry. And some of those ferries can also carry cars. Not so popular now, because now there in Britain you have the Channel Tunnel, which goes under the sea. Well, I'm not sure if this is a ferry. It looks more like a cruise ship, actually. What's the next one? Yeah, we got two vehicles here. We have this one up here, this vehicle here. Can anybody tell me the name of this one? Well, this is called a sailboat, or I would call that, yeah, it's a sailboat or a sailing boat, or I would call that a yacht. For me, it's more a yacht. Although sometimes a yacht doesn't have a sail, it depends on the definition. Sometimes people say yacht for those luxury power boats, but for me this is a yacht or a sailboat or a sailing boat. And the other one, what's the other one? Who can tell me the name of this one up here? It's a canoe. It's a canoe, good. Let's carry on to the next one. I spent a lot of time on this vocabulary, more time than I hoped. This one here. What's the name of this? Can anyone tell me the name of this? We saw it earlier, so I'm going to put it up here quicker because I'm running out of space, running out of time here. It's a helicopter. And here, obviously, we have a plane. I want to speed it up a bit because I want to get on to the vocabulary for airports. What about this one here? We haven't seen this before. It takes its power. Well, there are two types. Yeah, they take their power from overhead cables and it runs on rails in the city. In San Francisco in the United States, they have this type of vehicle. It's not a train. It's an electric trammo, says Merle. It's actually a tram. Yeah, in English it's called a tram. This is not so popular now. Used to be more popular. But it operates in some cities still have these. San Francisco in the USA has these. It's an urban transportation, not like this one, which is the same, but it's out of the city. It still has. This is an electric train. So good, so we finished that vocabulary and it took a long time, much longer than I expected. Let's go to, let's look at some things to do with the airport. I think maybe we should start, let's start with this one here. So this is some things that you would see in the airport. So first of all, we have, what's this thing called when you're on the plane? Does anybody know the name of this? Does anybody know the name of this thing here? It's a belt, yeah, specifically it's a seatbelt. Seatbelt, very good. Can't move that up there now. Let me just try and move this down a bit. Says seatbelt. I'll have to put it like that. What about the next one? What's this thing here? What's this thing here? Anybody know the name of that? Is a suitcase. Who said that? Yeah. Katori. It's a suitcase. The next one here, very important thing. This. Does anybody know the name of this? It's a boarding pass. A boarding pass. And this place, what's the name of this place? What's the name of this place? I'm going to speed it up a bit. Yeah, checking. Viviana put checking, but it's actually check. It's not checking. No, it's check-in. Check-in desk. It's the check-in desk. Sounds the same as check-in. And what do we call this when the plane goes up? Does anybody know? The plane is a verb. It's a phrasal verb. That means it's got two parts. Who can tell me the name? It's take off is a verb. The plane is taking off. And the opposite of take off. What's the opposite of take off? Can anybody tell me the opposite of take off when the plane comes down? The opposite is the verb land. Obviously, land also means, tierra. Well, I shouldn't use any Spanish, sorry, but, as a noun. But as a verb, it means when the plane comes down and touches the land. So good. So let's carry on then, because I've got a lot of stuff to cover, and I wanted this class to be mainly to do with air travel, because maybe that's the most important. So I've got some words here. I'm going to go through them very quickly. Let me go through the new words very quickly because we don't have much time left. Words to do with air travel. So first of all, we have airline. Airline. The airline or carrier you fly with is the name of the company that owns the airplane. For example, Singapore Airlines, British Airways. And here are some examples. I need to book a flight to Berlin next week. Which airline do you suggest I fly with? The cheapest airline that flies to Germany is Lufthansa. Don't know if I pronounced that correctly actually. It's a German carrier. Arrivals is a noun. If it has an N here, it means it's a noun. When your plane arrives at the airport, your family and friends will meet you at arrivals. The other place is departures. We'll see that in a minute. Jane, I'll meet you in the arrivals lounge. I'll be holding a sign to tell you I'm looking for you. Board. Board is a verb here. To board a plane means to go onto it. All passengers on Bel Air flight 2216 must go to the gate. The plane will begin boarding in 10 minutes. The boarding pass. Boarding pass is something very important that you need when you go to the airport. You need to go to the check-in desk and get your boarding pass. Well, now sometimes, or a lot of the time now, you can actually print your boarding pass online. After you have notified the airline you are at the airport and you've checked in your luggage, you will be given a boarding pass that shows you where the plane will be boarding, and it will also show your seat number. Next we have boarding time. Your boarding time is the time that people will be allowed to start entering the plane. Boarding will begin in approximately 5 minutes. We ask all families with young children to move to the front of the line. Book. Here book, everybody knows that book means a thing that you read, but that's a noun. Here, book is a verb. When you book a ticket, it means you have reserved your place and paid for it. Hi, how can I help you? I'd like to book a return ticket to Paris, please. Business class. Business class is the area where people who are traveling for business purposes sit. It's towards the front of the plane and the tickets are more expensive than normal tickets. We'd like to invite all our passengers flying in business class to start boarding. Let's carry on. Carry on luggage. Carry on luggage. Somebody mentioned earlier when we saw in the photos a small suitcase. They said that's a carry-on luggage. Carry-on luggage is a noun. And your carry-on luggage is the small piece of hand luggage that you are allowed to take onto the plane. These bags usually have a certain size and weigh less than 8 kilograms. I'm sorry, but your carry-on is too heavy. I'll have to check it. Check-in, we saw that word earlier too. When you check in, you notify the airline you have arrived at the airport. They will take your suitcase and give you a boarding pass. The area where you do this action is also called a check-in. Check-in desk. So this is a verb and a noun. You check in at the airport, you go to the check-in desk. How many passengers are checking in with you? It's a large group. We have 45 people in our party. Conveyor belt, carousel, baggage claim. This is where you pick up your suitcases after you get off your flight. Normally you get off your flight, you go through immigration, then you pick up your baggage from the conveyor belt. When your plane arrives, the bags and suitcases come out on the moving conveyor belt. It's a belt that normally goes round and round. Another word that you might hear for this is carousel or baggage claim. Customs. I've got to make sure you can see this. Let's move it up, sorry. Customs. Where's customs? I've lost it now. Yeah, it's down there. Customs. Customs. Before you are allowed to enter a country, you must go through customs, where you will be met by a customs officer. Here they will check if you are bringing anything illegal into the country, such as firearms, that's another word for guns, drugs, or too much money. And they will ask you if you have anything to declare. If you're not carrying anything that is forbidden, you should answer no. If the customs officer asks you if you have anything to declare, normally they will say, do you have anything to declare, sir? Or if you're a woman, they will say, do you have anything to declare, madam? And if you don't have anything to declare, you just say no. Delayed. If your flight has been delayed, it means it's late. Maybe it has been delayed because of bad weather, too much air traffic, or technical problems. What's the next one? Departures is a noun. It's the opposite to arrivals. The opposite to arrivals. When you are leaving to go on a trip, you will need to go to the departures lounge, where you will wait to board your flight. All passengers flying to Istanbul are kindly requested to go to the departures lounge. Economy class. This is the opposite of business class that we saw earlier. Actually, I just remembered I need to move that up again. I always forget about my video there. Sorry. Economy class. I'd like to, most people who travel by plane travel in economy class because the price is much cheaper. I'd like to book an economy class ticket to Rome next Friday. Would you like to make it return or one way? A return ticket. I'd like to come back the following Friday. Okay then, for 1 week. First class is the most expensive area of the plane. There is a lot of space to move, the seats are bigger and the service is better. Next time I want to fly first class. Why? It's so expensive. I'm just too tall. I have no leg room. Leg room is space for your legs in the economy. The next one is fragile. Fragile. Sometimes we carry things that are delicate or easily broken. This is an adjective. It means something that is easily broken, like glass. This is called a glass. It's a glass of water, but also the material is glass, and it's fragile. Gate is a noun. In the departure lounge, there are a number of different gates or doors that lead to different flights. So when you're at the airport, they will tell you which gate number you need to go to. Can you tell me where flight AZ672 to New York departs from, please? Yes, it leaves from gate A27. Liquids. Hold on, because I lost something happened there. I think this is the last one. Liquids, I don't think I can get that one on, but liquids are, well, water is a liquid, so can't actually see it on here. I'll have to move that over there, liquids. So now when you go on the flights, often if it's an international flight, they don't allow you to take any liquids. That means no water, no Coca-Cola, or anything that's liquid. Okay, we've got like 10 minutes left, so we're going to look at some phrases that we might see. No se ve las letras muy borrosos. Let's have a look here. Can we see them here? Okay, they're a little bit blurry, yeah, but I think the problem is what you need to do is make sure in your settings that you are on 720p. I mean, I can actually, let's show you this, because I always get people telling me this on here. You know, if you're on the computer, if you're on an Android device, or here you can see my letters are very blurred, but if you go to settings here, it's because it's on 240p, which is very low quality. So we need to turn it up to 720. And now you can see it's very clear. This is a comment that I'm always getting about my videos, that the text is too small and blurry, and I'm always trying to, I always try and make sure that the text is clear, but the problem is that YouTube, if your internet connection is slow, YouTube will automatically downgrade the video to 720, to a lower resolution. All the videos that I send up are 720p high definition. So let's carry on with the class. Some phrases that we can use in the airport, or some phrases that you will hear in the airport. Can I have your ticket, please? When you arrive at the, to enter the departure lounge, the person will say, can I have your ticket, please? How much luggage do you have? Luggage. Luggage is an uncountable noun. It's uncountable. Another word which is synonymous with luggage is baggage. How many suitcases have you got? Notice the difference here. We say, how much luggage, because luggage is uncountable. And how many suitcases, because suitcases is countable, and here we have the plural. This is my hand luggage, the luggage that you take in the cabin with you. Can I have a seat next to the window? Next to the window. The opposite of a window seat would be an aisle seat. An aisle seat. An aisle seat. The opposite of a window seat would be an aisle seat. Let's have a look. What's the next one? Here's your boarding pass. Boarding pass. We saw earlier, boarding pass, very important item that you get when you can either print it out on the internet or you go to the airport and you get it from the check-in desk, but you can't get on the plane without your boarding pass. Your boarding pass tells you your gate number and also tells you your seat number on the plane. Where is passport control? Follow the signs. This is a sign. This is not a passport control sign. Can I see your passport, please? This would be asked by the immigration officer when you arrive at the country. Where can I get a trolley for my luggage? A trolley is a thing with wheels that you put your luggage on and you can push it. I can't see the chat anymore, hold on, because I made that big. Yeah, nobody said anything else anyway. Where is the information desk? If you want some information in the airport, you can ask for the information desk. Information desk. Which gate for flight number? If you want to know the gate number. The gate number is on the departure board. I think I had some more pictures somewhere. Where am I with these things? Maybe it was there? No. No, it wasn't there. The departure board is the big screen with all the departures, all the flights that are leaving. How much is it for excess baggage? Excess baggage, sometimes when you have too much baggage, you have to pay more. How much hand luggage can I have? Sometimes you can only take one piece of hand luggage. Now go through passport control. Passport control, where they check your passport. Wait for the flight in the departure lounge. After you've gone through passport control, you need to go to your departure lounge. Check the departure gate. It's now boarding. That means it's time to get on your plane. The flight is delayed. That means you're going to have to wait longer. This is the last call. That means you need to go and board the plane now. Please board the plane. Remember, board is a verb here. That means get on the plane. Where is the arrival hall? I have nothing to declare. When you arrive at the customs, you can say, I have nothing to declare, if you don't have anything to declare. I just remembered you can't see those again. Let's move it up there, sorry. Always forget. I think we'll leave the last ones. We don't have much time left, so let's go to this one here. Match the halves. So some more words to do with the airports. Match the halves. Hand. Hand. What goes with hand? Anybody tell me? Hand luggage, Melissa, very good. Hand luggage, we can put C there. Boarding, boarding, boarding. Boarding. Who can tell me the answer? What goes with boarding? Boarding pass, very good, boarding pass. H. Boarding pass, we'll put that up there. Boarding pass. Good. What about passport? Passport. 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 Which word goes with passport? Passport number. No. I mean, passport number does exist, but that is not the answer here. Passport control. Yeah, if you were in the with the immigration, they could ask you for your passport number, but here passport goes with passport control. It's L, passport control. Passport control. Luggage. Luggage. What do we think? Call the thing with wheels to collect your luggage. What do we call the thing with wheels? The luggage trolley. Very good, Joseph. The luggage trolley. This I. Luggage trolley. Information. I. Did I get that? Yeah, I. Luggage information. 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 Who can give me the answer to information? Information desk. Very good. Information desk. Information desk. Flight. Flight. Number, very good. Flight number. Yeah, flight number. The flight number. Good. Departure. Departure. No, not gate. Departure gate. Could be actually, yeah, but I'm confused with because I thought it was departure lounge, but did we already use lounge? No, we didn't. Yeah, well actually, yeah, sorry, I've put departure 3 times, so it could be departure lounge. I think I better do these ones together. Departure lounge is one possibility. We've also got departure gate is another possibility. That one can go there. Departure gate. What's the other departure? Departure, I'm not sure actually. Departure gate, departure. Could be departure. No, that's last call. Let's leave the last one. See what one's missing at the end. The next one, number 8, yeah, excess luggage. Viviana has already got excess luggage with the B. That can go there. And let's leave the other departure because I can't remember which one it is at the moment. So last, what's the last? The last call, very good, yeah, last call. Nothing. 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 Anybody got the answer to that? I've actually gone over an hour. I don't like to do that, but I guess it doesn't matter. Nothing to declare, very good. Nothing to declare, C. Number 13. Number 13, custom. Custom. Custom control. Yeah, actually, custom control. You also have custom control. Yeah. Custom control. No, we already had L up there, didn't we? Passport control. Maybe I made a mistake here actually. Custom custom duty. I think custom duty is the correct answer here. Yeah, custom duty. The duty is like the tax. We say duty. Custom duty is the tax that you pay. And also we've got here duty, the same word, duty, duty. The answer here is duty free. So finally, we missed this departure. So I've got, which one's missing? I've got A, have I got B? Or what happened to B was boarding pass. That was H. I don't know what happened to that one there. That should be H up there. H boarding pass. So I'm missing one, but I can't remember what it is. So I'll have to go through. I've got A, I've got B, I've got C, I've got D. I don't have E. Yeah, I've got E. E should be down here. This should be E actually. Custom duty. I made a mistake there. That should be E. Sorry. Yeah, custom duty. I've got E. Where's F? I've got F. I've got G. Have I got G? Yeah, departure board. Where's G then? I must have made a mistake here with this actually. Board, yeah, departure board. Okay, yeah, that's the last one. Yeah, sorry. The departure board, I did have a picture of that somewhere. Departure board is the big board that when you go to the airport, you have the arrivals board and the departure board. It's the big display where you look on the screen and see your departures or see your arrivals. Okay, actually, this class lasted longer than I expected. I've gone over my hour rule by 3 minutes, which is very bad because it means that the video can't be edited. So it's time to finish. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to have another live class, level intermediate, class 14, on Thursday. Goodbye, have a nice day.